Hi guys. So happy whatever. I was gonna come out and say, what are you doing watching YouTube video on Memorial Day weekend? But I mean, you could be watching this video in 30 years. I don't know. It's like, you're. It's very. It's interesting, when you're making recorded videos, you're always thinking, well, it could be watched anytime. Like even my last channel, you might be watching videos from my last channel. I don't know. And then the way that you present yourself always changes, and depending on your, what's going on. I don't know. So obviously I had time to do this. I have a whole list of things that I would like to do today, but I thought, you know what? I wanted to extrapolate from the last video. So if you watched the last video on the channel, it's talking about a state of being, Christ consciousness and getting your heart in the grounded state. So, when you are grounding out negative energies in your environment, negative projections, and transmuting those energies, that you're always getting a return on that energy. So you can ask for money for that energy. You could do a lot of different things, right? As long as that state of being is maintained. And actually, when you look at businesses that work effectively, you're always going to see people in, they call them management positions, but it's actually service-based positions. A management-based position is somebody usually is trying to control somebody else's energy, so they're laying their burden on somebody else. Whereas a service-based position means you're grounding out the energy around you. You're getting everybody present and in a healed state, so you can get into your creative energy and create whatever it is you're trying to create as a group. So there's two different things there, right? People that are trying to control somebody else, and somebody else who's at the grounded state in a controlled state. So let's draw some cards, shall we? Simple, but being at the grounded state also allows you to feel a lot easier where other people are at and just help them along the path, because all of us can use some instruction as to how we're measuring or how we're viewing the world around us, right? We are one organism. We are the universe. We are everything. Waters of life, the moon on the water, and frustration. We're feeling a little bit of frustration in our environment. But we're surfing the collective consciousness. To me, this is a stillness, right? Moon on the water. This is a state of peace. And we're drinking from the waters of life. So, a little bit of frustration. Let's see what this frustration is about. Is this coming towards you? Take it as it resonates. You might be feeling frustrated in your connections. Could be frustrated with anything. So you are fulfilled. This is a frustrating. I think this is just a general frustration with the state of beings of the people around you. A lot of fruits of the spirit, and we've gotten this card before, and this is always walking into a dark area. It's kind of like walking into the door of... Whenever you're walking into an area where you're unsure where you're going, there's always an element of question of judgment. See, what kind of energies are going to get projected at us, right? Because that's really the only question. And your ability to ground those energies out. Let's see what's behind the dark door. There's a big bear, right? So the bear looks scary. instruction. So we're being instructed to, this is, to me, this is like a teaching energy where maybe you guys are instructing people how to walk with faith. The hawk-like energy, right? Hawks are not to be messed with. I'll die. I'll scratch your eyes out. You guys are willing to scratch eyes out. Ooh, and there's a little bit of jealousy, but you're protected, right? So there's always a spirit of envy in our environments, right? When we're in a state of peace and we're drinking from the waters of life and we're feeling fulfilled. And that's a lot of times, that's our own frustration. And I mean, I personally, I've experienced this before where we get frustrated when we have jealousy in our environment. And maybe we're even projecting an aura of jealousy. Take it as it resonates. But this is coming to you. I don't feel like this is you guys. I don't feel like you guys are jealous. My viewers are usually pretty grounded. You guys are... Justice. And so you guys are in the state of justice, bringing justice to... And how do you bring justice, right? You're always staying in a state of forgiveness, but at the same time blocking out things that are coming at you. Transmuting that energy, right? Making sure you make people aware of where they're coming from. It's like, hey, I've been in service to my environment for a long time here, right? Sometimes, and if you're not, right, it's a balance act, right? Justice, the scales of justice are always balancing themselves out. And so if you've been on the take for too long, let's say you haven't been grounding out your energies and you've been laying a lot of burdens and worry onto your environment, there's always a debt, right? There's a kind of a karmic debt there. So just take it as it resonates, right? How are you in balance? Let's get one more card on balance. The Blessed Oak. So we've got our body is on fire, so this is justice, right? This is a lightning strike in one direction or the other. This is justice coming for you or against you. The lightning strike is always just a change. The tower. We have a tower moment. What's on the other side of the tower moment? Let's find out. Hooded Man. So we've got some time to contemplate after our tower moment. Going through transition. And celebration and inner wizard energy. So you guys are becoming the wizard and celebrating after a tower moment and a transitionary period. That's what the collective's going through right now. Because the shaman is always transmuting energies, right? I love this celebration card. Look at it. We're dancing with bows, right? 4 bows. Same thing as the 4 of Wands. But I like this picture better, don't you? I mean, this is better than the 4 of Wands picture, I think. Okay, let's get an oracle card, and we'll call her a day. So your guys' state of being is awesome, and you're going through a tower moment with justice in a point of transition, and then feels to me like you're mastering your shadow self, right? This is all shadow work. Mastering the dark side of whatever it is you got, right? What's your dark side? Pow. Okay. See how that works out. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you're watching this video on Memorial Day weekend, right? I mean, I appreciate watching my channel, if you want a personalized reading, I am going to post that on my this page here pretty shortly. Prices will be on there. I'll just post it on my website, and I'll just have a link to my website so you can just look at the page and say, hey, I want to do this or that. I'm happy to help anybody that feel like they needs help. It's always just an energetic. A lot of times we're unaware of our own energetic blockages, and the best way to ground a lot of times is just it's great to ask for help sometimes, right? It's not just asking for help, it's just like getting a second opinion to somebody else, because this is always the way it is, right? It's always easier for somebody to look at where you're at energetically versus looking at yourself. Looking in the mirror can be hard sometimes. It's much easier if you walk the path, the way, the truth, and the life. That path is something, it forces you to become more self-aware, right? It's a spiritual journey where you see how you're grounding at. You don't even realize it a lot of times, but you're being forced to take care of yourself, to make sure that you're grounding out the energies in your environment. So you're taking it to the ground state, and then that way you get an energetic return. If you're not taking things to the ground state and you're just kind of playing energy back and forth, then there's not much, you're not taking care of yourself. So love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you on the next one.